Shalom. I want to give glory to the Most High Yah, for through Hamashiach, He has opened the door for us, the children of Yasharel, to come home. For Hamashiach is the way, the truth, and the life. He is the guide. He is our interpreter to the Father. Now that the door is open for us to come home, there's a battle for our mind for what we need to do to move forward. Do you understand the difference between commandments, the covenant, the Torah, or the ways of Yah? Because in today's world, the battle is for your mind. And being that the battle is for your mind, everyone wants to control your thoughts. They want to control everything that you do so that you don't focus on what you need to focus on. And that is the Torah of Abba Yah. Let's get into it for a little bit. Now, when we go into Deuteronomy 4, after the children of Yasharel has traveled for over 40 years before they went into the land, and I'm talking about Yasharel because you, the tribes of Yehuda that has been descendants of slavery in America and amongst other places within this world, this book, this Torah is important to you. And don't let the world confuse you. To gain understanding of it, you have to get in it to read it. You have to seek the Father, seek Hamashiach to gain understanding. You have to show yourself, you have to study to show yourself approved. If you don't do it, you will allow these people within these other religions to continue to lead you astray because they're trying to occupy space in your mind. Now, before Moshe died, he delivered very important information unto the tribes of Yasharel. He taught them precepts, ordinance, judgments that the children was learning during their 40 years of traveling in the wilderness. He taught them that. Abba Yah gave him these things. When we go into Deuteronomy 4, he told the children of Yasharel to hearken, O Yasharel, unto the statutes, unto the judgments, which I teach you for to do them, that you may live and go and possess the land which Yahweh Elohai of your father gives you. You shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall you diminish aught from it, that you may guide the Torah of Yahweh Elohim, which I command you. And that's Deuteronomy 4, 1 and 2. See, we're letting too many people guide us, but they're not taking us back to the important things. You notice it is to give us life that we may live if we do these things. So a lot of people are not paying attention why the children of Yasharel went into slavery, went into captivity, because they did not do these very things. They violated the covenant, which we'll get into in a little bit. They violated it. And when they violated, he gave them what their punishment would be, what the final straw will be if they do not follow his ways. Thus, we know the history, we know the captivity, we know it's being spread to the four corners of the world. We know that. That's what's been shown, given, proven. That shows you that the words of Yah is true. Not everybody has went through it, but the children of Yasharel have. But the world has been controlling your mind to make you believe that you are not them. That somebody else is playing that role that never been in captivity. But what we have to understand, what is the covenant? What is the covenant in which the children of Yasharel was given? And how do we maintain this covenant? Now, the children of Yasharel was given a covenant in which we know it was given unto them because in Deuteronomy 5, we all say in today's time that it is the 10 Commandments. Now, commandments can be confusing because they like to combine everything together and then tell you that these things are done away with. And then we wonder why we're still struggling, why we're still considered bywords, why we're still behind other nations that come in and grow. Wherever we are, we're still considered low. Why? Because we're not honoring the covenant and we're not honoring the ordinance, the statutes, and the righteous rulings or judgments of Yah. If we come back to these things, you will see a change in your life, but you have to be committed to it. Now, in Deuteronomy 5, Moshe called to all of Yasharel, said unto him, Hear, O Yasharel, the statutes and the judgments which I speak in your ears this day, that you may learn them, guard them, and do them. Yahweh Eloheinu cut a covenant with us in Horeb. You see, there's a difference. He gave us statutes. He gave us judgments. Then he cut a covenant with us. Now, the importance of this covenant, this contract that is given to us, he would deliver us. He would keep us above. We will be the light for him if we honor the covenant and follow the statutes, the ordinance, and the precepts. But today, my people, I'm saddened and I'm hurt because you don't know what the covenant is. The world has convinced you of the combination and the misuse of the word commandment. When we look at the covenant, the contract that was made with the children of Yasharel and Abba Yah, glory be to Yah, he gave us the 10 davarums, the 10 words. And we know it from the beginning of that Abba Yah is our Elohai. He is the head. We know that we should not have no other Elohim, and we know it goes all the way down to covenant, to covetousness and lust. Let's go through it real quick. We know that the first commandment, the first covenant, the first word in there, we should have no Elohim before him. We should not make any graven images of anything that's created, any likens of everything that's in the heavens, everything that's beneath the earth, on the earth, in the waters. We shall not bow down to any of these things. But you look at what we're given the word today. Every religion has some form of an image of heaven, below, on the earth, some creatures in the earth, but you have our people bowing down to them. Is a violation of his contract with us. You should not use the name of Yahweh Eloheka in vain. Guard the day of the Sabbath. Honor thy father, honor thy mother. You shall not murder. You shall not break wedlock. Neither shall you steal, neither shall you bear false witness against your neighbor, and neither shall you lust after your neighbor, your woman. Neither shall you lust after what your neighbor has. What's in his fields? What's his manservants, maidservants, his ox, his ass, anything that is your neighbor. One should not lust, but this world got us lusting after everything that others that have is a crying shame that we follow it. But Hamashiach told those who have ears, let them hear. Those who have eyes, let them see. For he knew that their hearts would be so hardened that they would not hear anything that he spoke of when he gave them the covenant of the Torah. When he gave them parts of the statutes, the judgments, the ordinance, they still refuse it to this day. If you want to change your life, you need to go back and honor the contract that was made with Yah. In order to fulfill that contract, we must go back to the statutes, the judgments. We have to go back to those things. We have to go back to fulfilling the ordinance of Yah's feast days. Now, there are some things in there that we cannot do because we don't have the temple. But that does not mean we cannot follow his ways. You want to see a change in your life, the tribes of Yasharel, you want to see a change? Go back to the book. Stop letting these people in the religions take you away from it and tell you that the commandments of Yah is done away with. They purposely use commandments because it's a combination of things to make sure that you do not follow his ways. When we look at religions like Christianity, they only want you to focus on the back of the book. There's a reason for that. They continue to profit off of you, children of Yasharel. They profit of you. They make billions off of you by keeping you from not doing the covenant, by not honoring the covenant, and by not doing the statutes, the ordinance, and the judgments of Yah. Think about that for a minute. If you want to have life, trueness, open your ears to hear what is being said. Let your eyes see what you are reading according to the Torah. Everything that our Mashiach has said in the Torah, in what we call the renewed covenant, today they say the New Testament, you will find it in the front of the book. You will find it in the front of the book. He walked truly in the ways of his Father. Our Father, the creator of everything, Abba Yah. He was searching for you, tribes of Yasharel. Everywhere that he traveled, even with the Tamanim, he was searching for you, preaching the good news of the kingdom, that he is here for you, telling you to come back to the Torah. For he is the way, the truth, and the life. His death and resurrection was the doorway for you to come home, because we were once divorced from him. Because we chose to follow the ways of the world and not the ways of the Father. Now you have the ways of the world telling you that you don't have to do the very things that you got punished for. You don't have to do the very things that you got punished for and have an expectation that you can get in the kingdom without any form of discipline. What would a father do when his children are not listening? He disciplines them. He gets them back in order. He calls out to them, follow my ways, honor the contract in which we made. In order to honor the contract, I have given you the statutes. I have given you righteous rulings, the judgments. I have given you ordinance to do. And I will give you more than what you ever thought of. Just honor my ways. Don't let these people fool you that if you cannot do the ways of Yah, that you can get into his kingdom. They don't even want to give you his name, let alone tell you to walk in his ways. You give more to paying for knowledge of man's education than the knowledge of Yah that he has given us in his Torah. You're making all these educational systems wealthy to get something that man can take away from you. When the Abba Yah has given us his Torah, ask us to seek him, and he can give us all the knowledge that we need to accomplish the things and reach heights, financial gain, blessings of family. He can give that all to us if we come back to him. But the world is telling you to go astray. The world is telling you that his ways are done away with. The world is telling you that their ways are better. Go to their educational system. Here's how you work in the land of sin to be successful. Here's how you continue to misguide your brethren in the world of sin by killing them on the street, you selling them drugs, by the blasphemous entertainment in music. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly who you are. And if you look at the sins of this world, it's the very thing that Abba Yah taught the children of Yasharel. This is what you do not do before you go into this land to possess it. The people that are in the land of Canaan, these are abominable things that they're doing. That's why they're being removed from their land. I'm giving you a contract, a covenant. I'm teaching you my statutes, my judgments, my ordinance, so that you can honor the contract, the covenant, so that you would not do the filth that this world is giving you. And what are we doing? We're continuing to reject the ways of Yah, to follow man's traditions within their religion, and then get mad at the Father because you didn't get what you want, because you lost a close one to you, because you're doing the desires of your heart, not his desires, not the things that he asked you to do, but you're getting mad at him because you're losing things that the world has given you. The people of Yasharel, the children, those who love the Father for who he is. Go back to the book. Go back to the front. In order to understand what Hamashiach is saying in the back, you have to go to the front. Earn it. Apply it to your life. Live it and see the changes that he makes in your life. The Father loves you, but do you love him? Do you love him? The one way of showing that you love him is by doing his works. Honor the covenant. Install the statutes, the judgments, and the ordinance in which he has given us in the front of the book, and watch how life change for you. Work your way to the kingdom. Shalom.